Alright, greetings and salutations. My name is Comic Fire, and welcome back for more Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga 2. In the last episode, we defeated the 4 Archangels, and in this episode, we're actually going to continue on with the plot instead of focusing on that side aspect. Which feels kind of weird to say about, Archangels. They're pretty powerful beings, from what I've come to understand. I don't know if I said this last time, but it feels nice to have a dungeon that's plausible in its design. Like, the power plant was too labyrinthine. This is what an airport could actually be like. I want to say something about the lockers, but I haven't been in enough airports to confirm or deny. And it might just be like a workers thing. I think this is the first time I realized that the gospel was actually a bullet, which is the 3rd most powerful bullet in the game. And I found out that it isn't necessarily a one-time item. Like, yeah, you get it from Michael, and it's meant to be like, yo, this is Michael's gift. But if you sell off enough things in the at Johnny's store, or Mad Mart in general, the very last item gift he will give you is a choice between, like, a Soma, another Gospel, or some other really good item. I was really happy to see that I at least got this ring. This is the ring I was talking about, though. This was the Amala ring that we got from defeating the Demi-Fiend back in Digital Devil Saga 1. Of course, we won't get to see until we defeat these Flauros here. They are not Flautas. I'm really digging how they're, quite proud of Spell Gloom, but I'm not feeling gloomy about it. Anyway, let's equip that ring. The only thing the Amala ring does is increase all your stats by 10. Why do I say it's not a great ring? Because it's not a great ring for when you need rings the most. Does that make sense? Like, for super bosses, you're going to need a specialized ring setup, and the Amala ring isn't going to be part of it. In fact, there's a ring you get later that gives you plus 20 to every stat. And by the time you get that, that matters even less, which is crazy. It's one of those things that certainly would have been better if you got it earlier. Because getting it so late in the game makes it kind of useless. It's like when you play, let's say for anyone who's played Dark Cloud, one of my favorite games of all time. Like, you get to the very, very top of the ultimate dungeon, defeat the super boss, and you get the ultimate sword, the Chronicle 2. And by that time, you have nothing to use it on. And I mean, Nidhogger's a lot easier than he was in DDS1. And hey, we mastered Dark Leaders. We get Megiddo and Mind Charge. Don't care at all about Megiddo. It's a completely useless skill. But Mind Charge, man, let me tell you, it's necessary for bosses, I'd say. Certain bosses. Like, you're not going to beat the super bosses without it. Or you will, but you'll take too much time and put yourself at risk. I wouldn't recommend going without it. We go into Dark Lord, which gives Megadola and Last Word, but Megadola is also useless, as in it doesn't deal enough damage to make the cost worth it. And Last Word is... Almighty skills aren't as useful in this game as they were in the last game. As far as Almighty skills go, Last Word is very good, but the applications for it are less than good. elementals are just a lot more useful in general in this game. Like, as long as you have an amped, like, Ziodyne, that's honestly going to get you through most of the bosses once you've got some super boss patterns down, but for the most part, Ziodyne's going to do you just fine. Ziodyne's going to do you even better. Any Dyne spells, you don't really need Almighty in this game. Now this fight scared the shit out of me. I haven't played Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, but I know a lot about Mott. And I don't know if he has Beast Eye in this game, or, well, it'd be Rage in this game. But I wasn't looking forward to getting the crap kicked out of me. Fortunately, he doesn't really seem to be using it, but he does have Makakaja, so I still was worried about Rage and Megiddo Leon. I really do enjoy the physical aspect of some moves in this game. I feel like it's more useful than it was in TDS1. Like, less things seem to resist it. That was a trapped box. I don't know, like, physical just feels like a smarter way to go than it used to. Though I also do attribute that to the greater amount of physical skills. More almighty ones earlier on. Well, not really earlier on, but the fact that I can use physical skills without really always having to worry about it being reflected or nulled, I'm all about that, man. I wonder if in the Fallout universe, I'm just going to go completely off to point here. Like, yeah, they accept bottle caps as money, but do you think they'd also accept, like, tabs from soda cans? It seems like it'd be a tremendous waste if not. Now, the big thing about this boss coming up is you want everyone to have just nothing. You don't want anything. Except a healing spell. You'll see why. Also, attacks for Surf, preferably of the Fire Persuasion. So, let's head on through. This is my second attempt against this boss. Ow. And that's what Chernobog's whole strategy is, to make shadows of 2 of your teammates. Which is why I recommend taking the skills off of the teammates that he takes. I don't know if there's a way to predict which one he takes, but he seemed to always prefer Gale and Cielo over Surf. Alright, now you can't hit Chernobog until the shadows are gone. Nice job, Gale. I don't think... At least I've never seen it. I've never seen a Shadow use any of the healing spells. However, when I did have Venom Fang on Gale, I watched as my entire team was ripped to shreds. But I packed Void Fire just in case he did use a Surf Shadow. Nice. Don't bother with the sword, because no matter what, you're gonna miss. And now you can fight Chernobog. He is weak to fire. So smack him. Smack him really hard. With all the fire you can muster. Even if it's not the best. An extra turn isn't anything to scoff at. Maybe if you'd looked at me. But really, getting past the shadows is the worst part of dealing with Chernabog here. And if you take too long to defeat him, he can call shadows back, so watch your back. How's that knife to your chest feel? We get a lot of money. That's $100,000. Whee! Boy, this is serious business. Do I have anything good to sell? I do. Well, you have a Jasmine. And let's pick up a Takaja Rock. Because I don't have Takaja yet. And I don't think I do until post-game. At the time of editing commentary for this, which is August 13th, 2005, I believe episode 18 just went live 2 hours ago. Yeah, after a Chernobog, fix up your skill setup, loadout setup, you know. The only thing I have left to record for this LP is the Ultimate Super Boss, who I have attempted to record once. And I got about 25 minutes in and 50% done before I lost. I feel as though it's less luck reliant than the Demi-Fiend, but more HP. It's more of a battle of attrition than anything else. I don't think she'd do that. Yeah, people try to escape to, like, the dark corners of the earth. Well, of course, no corner is going to be dark for very long. But, you know. I'm pretty sure I brought this up before, too. At least I remember saying it, but, Aha, I remembered. That'll become more apparent later. And I believe this is the last dark... Yes, there's no I believe. This is the last dark area of the game. And you certainly need more light balls here than you did back in the EGG facility. But for anyone who's played Majora's Mask, which at this point I feel like there probably aren't too many left of you. Well, actually, no. I'm sure millions of, well, billions of people haven't played Majora's Mask, but for those who have, and I feel like it's probably a lot of you, because I'm a gaming channel, Majora's Mask is a popular game. With the whole moon crashing into Termina, someone brought up an interesting point for those who got far enough to get to the Zora area. And there's that huge, deep, like, trench area. Like, the very bottom, you have to get, like you can swim to, like, the very bottom, and it's, like, super deep. Someone was like, yo, why don't they just chill out in the very bottom? Like, you can swim to the very bottom and just wait out the moon landing. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? Tidal waves are like a really high amount above you. Got food down there. Might throw a lot of dirt into the water, but that isn't going to kill you. I think it's an interesting scenario, and I really wish the game let us try it out. Anyway, these are Ganeshas. Or Ganeshas, or however you pronounce it. I was really worried about these guys, because I remember in Digital Devil Saga 1, they used to be able to cast Ragnarok. I believe it was Ganeshas. It was either them or Gira Mikalis, but I don't think it was Gira Mikalis. But I wasn't looking forward to getting Ragnaroked. Don't Ragnarok the boat, baby. Let's get a light bulb going. I don't know if I used an Astoma spray here, but I really wish I had. I'm certainly going to use them a lot in the next dungeon. And they're only $1,000 a pop. Which in the real world is a lot of money. But I don't know what the economy of the Digital Devil Saga world is like. I also think it's implied that Digital Devil Saga 2 takes place in America. Because I read on the Shin Megami Tensei wiki... Maybe he's missed one of these. The Shin Megami Tensei wiki that... Was it like in Boston or something? Or Manhattan? Let's see. Berkeley College, is that Yale? Yes, I would like to skip this ad and check. And Yale, which... Is that in America? Oh man, now it's not... Yeah, it's in Connecticut. I don't know if this game takes place in Connecticut, but... Let's just say it does. And I really don't know where they're getting that info from, because I can't remember a place in-game where they say it. Like I said, there's like another book that, Yeah, it's a novella set within the Digital Devil Saga series called That's Catch-22. And it explains a lot about the game. And I don't know when it was written, but it takes place in 2014, which was just last year. And I can't... That's Catch-22, Digital Devil Saga. Apparently, there's really no translation about it. It takes place when they're really young. Well, not like really young, but they're apparently geniuses. The guy who translated Quantum Devil Saga isn't working on it either. Or at least he wasn't as of November 11th last year. So if you know Japanese, you have a good book to read now. probably weak to Geodyne. Unfortunately, I didn't have Ziodyne on everyone. But as long as I can get one of them, that's fine. I only did the field hunt here because I really wanted more Atma points. Also, if I don't get it down now, I'm probably never going to get another one done. Devouring these guys would probably be insane, but I never really work on devouring until the final dungeon of both this game and the last game. I'm out of MP. Ain't that some shit? At least we got 2 of them down. And it didn't give a ton of results. But I guess it's better than nothing. I haven't shown off a field hunt since really early on, in fact. And the guide I'm following gets me lost a lot, so starting with, I believe, 2 episodes from now, I use a different one. And it's a much better guide. Wonder why I showed off 2 of these fights. I guess that was no time at all. Anyway, the middle guy is weak to fire and can use Mahamaon, and other than that, I don't remember anything of interest about him. So, there is probably nothing of interest about him. So many different enemies in the game, they can't all be interesting. It was great chakra. That's great. How do you just accidentally eat a great chakra, though? Because I don't know what a great chakra looks like, but judging by the name of it, I'm assuming it's something that probably wouldn't slip into your mouth. It's probably big, or inside of a plastic bottle with a nice label on it that says, "Here, drink this, you'll feel refreshed enough to just shoot off 1,000 Ziodynes." I'm just kidding. No one has enough MP to even shoot off 100 Ziodynes. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the episode here. See you guys then. Next time.